Greetings, royal family. Welcome back to another review for Tyler Perry's Bruh. We are on episode 8, and it seems to be moving along. All right, so last week we left off with Tom, the doctor, right? He was suspended due to being accused of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment that was by the nurse, Valerie, that he had a one-night stand with, right? So that hospital chief, she had it out for him. Anyway, this episode opens up with Tom and Mike at Mike's place. So Tom, he's now suspended from his job, again, due to Valerie, his co-worker. And he shows up to Mike's place for help, for legal help. Because remember, Mini Mike, is a lawyer. Now, these men, in my opinion, consistently make bad decisions. Now, according to Tom, in a couple of in earlier episodes, right? Tom says that Mike was the one that encouraged him to sleep with Valerie. And it's like, Tom, you were foolish enough to listen, so this is your fault. Anyway, Tom says that he's not having sex anymore. He plans on going to church to give his body and his soul to the Lord. He said he's swearing off sex to keep the crazies away. Mike, he's upset. He's in a funk because Pamela, his side piece that he was stringing along, is done with him. I ain't paying Mike no mind until we find out the root of his issues, because he obviously has some serious issues. So Mike is going to be legally representing Tom. Anyway, Bill shows up to Mike's place, and Mike called them all together because Mike has a plan on paying cousin Leon a visit, right? Cousin Leon is John's cousin who gave him how much ever $100,000 to open up level 28 and to pay the bros back. Well, Mike's plan is that he's going to pay cousin Leon back the money that he loaned John so that cousin Leon can leave John alone. Yeah, right. This is not going to work. This is totally not going to work, but I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. So this way, John is not going to have any business dealings with his cousin Leon if he's paid back the money that he loaned John, because cousin Leon is a drug dealer. Again, Mike came up with this plan because he feels bad because he now knows what John did for him when they were all in college. So he's gung-ho to make this right and to help John get out of this quote-unquote bad business deal. Now, this scene was 12 minutes long. 12. The show is only 22 minutes. So I said, Tyler, don't start this foolishness with these long, drawn-out scenes. You've been doing good so far. 12 minutes, though. It's too much. So the next scene, oh, gosh, this is so horrible. The next scene was at John's sandwich shop, right? John owns the sandwich shop. He hasn't been there in a few days because he's been focused on his new business. Now, let me put up the reference chart. The dreamer, John, he's the one that owns the sandwich shop. He's the one that has a verbally abusive mother. He is the one that is cousins with cousin Leon, the drug dealer, and he's also the one who bought level 28. Okay. Now, he hasn't been to his sandwich shop in a few days because he's been focused on the club, focused on the business. Now, he walks in to find Laura, right, who's now made her second appearance on the show. Laura is cussing out customers, being loud. She's offering to sleep with John. She twerks for him, bends over at the counter. She makes sexually explicit comments to John, who is her boss, all behind the register in front of customers. Now, I didn't find her funny at all, okay? She is a heavy set. I'm pointing this out for a reason, so don't come at me. She is a Tyler casted, okay, let me shift the responsibility. Tyler casted this heavy-set, deep ebony complected female, and she is playing the role of a hypersexual, desperate woman, and I don't like it one bit. I don't like this. Tyler, he was really doing well. He was really doing well so far, and up until this point, and then he writes a character like this into the show. 2 episodes ago, she was throwing herself at Tom, the doctor, when he came into the sandwich shop. But I left that out, hoping that I would never see her character behave this way ever again. But apparently I was wrong. So Tyler is starting with the foolishness. He's trying to creep it in there. Anyway, John's mother, she shows up. Again, we're still in the sandwich shop. And she continues to berate him and tell him that he's going to jail. And she will not be there for him when he does. She says that he's an embarrassment to his little bruh group, group of friends. And she's not in agreement with John because he's using drug money from Cousin Leon he used drug money to purchase the club. And she just doesn't miss an opportunity to remind him how disappointed she is with him. She brings up him getting kicked out of college. She said, "You are truly a disappointment." And he's just like, okay. She's wanting him to engage in an argument. And he told her, "I'm not going to argue with you." And Laura, she's just like, "How do you deal with that? It must be rough." And he's just like, "I deal with it." She's like, "Oh, do you need some comfort?" Rubbing on herself. Again, she's in the sandwich shop behind the counter. And why does Tyler do stuff like this, man? Anyway, like I said, it's not funny to me. This is not funny. Anywho, I just lost my train of thought. John's mother, right? She tells him all the time, that he needs to be like his bruh. He needs to be more like the doctor. He needs to be more like Bill, the builder. He needs to be more like Mike, the lawyer. Let me tell you what I can't wait for. John's mother's grown on me. She's her character is a bit much, but I cannot wait to see the look on her face, Miss Alice, when she finds out the real reason John was kicked out of college. Okay? John, he just deals with his mother's verbal abuse. And to be honest, I'm kind of growing tired of it. It's repetitive. It's old. It's like, all right, just let her find out that, he took the rap for his bros. And his bros are not so squeaky clean. We got Tom in the middle of a sexual harassment suit. We got Mike, who was the one who really did what he did, and John took the rap. We don't know what Bill's deal is yet. He seems to be squeaky clean so far. Anyway, Tyler just better be going somewhere with this. Now, back to Tom, Bill, and Mike. Remember, they were on their way to pay Cousin Leon a visit. So they arrive at Cousin Leon's house, and Mike walks in acting all tough, right? So Mike tells Cousin Leon that he is going to pay him back the money that he loaned John so he could leave John alone, right? Cousin Leon laughs and tells them to get the F, not A, B, C, D, E, but F out of his place. And he said he never liked Mike anyway. And he mentions, my cousin took the rap, his cousin took the rap for his BS. Remember, Leon is John's cousin. So he brings that up. And I guess they didn't know that Cousin Leon knew that. So Mike, he hangs his head down, then he picks his head back up, and he gets smart with Cousin Leon. So Tom and Bill, they're standing there like, no, he didn't mean to get smart with you like that. Because they don't even think that this is a good idea. But apparently, Mike thinks he's a tough guy, So the episode ends with Cousin Leon cocking his gun and pointing it at the bros. Cuts off. All I want to say is I hope Cousin Leon's aim is good, okay? Aim for the little one, Cousin Leon. Anyway, that is the end of Tyler Perry's Bruh, episode 8. So again, this is moving along. I like the cliffhangers because it's going to keep me looking forward to the next episode, which is good. I do want to see if, Cousin Leon was busting caps or nah. So be sure to get down in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen the show, comment. Let me know what you think. Even if you haven't seen the show, comment and let me know what you think. So I will see you next week. Until next time, Royal Family. Peace.